package here with his Sheik gameplay. And I think we're just seeing the button check, the reset. But even still, I mean, whatever the reason might be, you can already tell, right? Even just in this circumstance, Webb is just moving. Like, the needle reverses, the precision is already online, and they haven't started yet.
I will admit, I thought that was pure neutral, because I want to know if WebbJP was like, I am not approaching this character. I'm waiting for you to whiff an attack, and then I'm going to punish it. So, would have been very funny if that was the case.
One of the interesting things I think I would not be surprised to see from Smurfposter this set. I don't expect it, but I wouldn't be surprised. We saw the Kazuya in the button checker. However, as I see chat mentioning, and chat, don't worry, I'm right there with you. He's also got quite a mean Ken. And Ken Masters has a couple things that Kazuya lacks in this matchup. He's got speed, and he's got a 3-frame jump squat.
Yeah.
And both of those things are hugely beneficial against a character like Sheik.
Yep.
On the flip side, Ken doesn't have quite as good an anti-air. Not because his anti-airs are bad, but I mean, he's got Shoryu, but there isn't an there might not be an anti-air in the game better than Electric.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right, like
you have like the Korean backdash to just be able to go under attacks. You have the Electric Wing God Fist too. That's just you can just kind of spam it out. So
yeah, the crouch dash affects his upper body, not his lower body, thankfully. So Sheik still is able to find things like down tilt, still able to find some other pressure to maybe like an aerial needle spaced right to just find some pressure on you regardless. But even still, it's going to be very hard for Smurfposter, I think, in this set. He does have the combos, he does have the capabilities to blow you up. It's just when push comes to shove, Webb just has the ability to overwhelm Kazuya frame data-wise, and that looks like we are going to actually start off with the Ken Masters.
So no Kazuya this time around. Very interested to see how this is going to go. I mean, both Kazuya and Ken have explosive kill power, but in just different ways. We obviously do see the up special from the Kazuya, but Shoryuken on Ken at low percents, especially on a character as light as Sheik, you're going to die at like 50 with rage.
I don't know if he's watching, but you know Hazmat's in heaven right now. If
he
is, because Sheik versus Ken is exactly that type of Smash Bros, and you know that man loves it. Loves it more than anything else. We're both New England. We got to shout that out for a second. Starting off here on Hollow Bastion. I like Webb just waiting at the ledge, trying to find the full length of the stage to get his combo shift, especially with the center plat. You see him just racking it up, or coast to coast, looking for the ledge trap, recognizing, hey, Ken can't ledge stab there on the come up. So getting it, but if you're Ken, if you're Smurf, you go back the same way. If you DI in there, you're just dead. Yeah,
you'll take that. And Smurfposter was looking for that Shoryuken, probably trying to get the angle towards the left, but tries to get it to the right that time around. But we see that down tilt into that strong hit of the normal attack, and now Smurfposter leading for only 58%.
I love the delayed jab. Smurf falling down there slowly, and Webb tried to get it, tried to maybe find a ledge run back air or something, but instead gets the air dodge buffered, and as a result, the pressure's on, but down air to platform, tries to find the raindrop up or the rag down up smash combo, but just isn't able to convert it quite yet. As a result, it's going to be Sheik again, trying to find the pressure. These multi-hits very good through focus attack at least, so Ken really can struggle to get out of disadvantage against the juggle. Webb still should be able to make it back and does just barely.
Smurfposter is actually facing towards the right, so couldn't get a down smash to counteract WebbJP trying to recover on the left side of Hollow Bastion and able to take a stock right now. So we're back to even, and it looks like WebbJP trying to control the pace of this game with the needles right now, and immediately starts putting on the pressure with that F-tilt starting out.
And Webb staying directly below Ken here is so smart. Because remember, the auto turnaround, a big factor in this game. That down smash, even if you charge it the other way, will release if you turn around. But since these are drag down smashes, drag down up smashes, you see Webb is trying to position himself vertically as much as he can, so he can always be on that backside and mix up against Ken. Even though you take the stock trade here, you're kind of okay with that because you've been running away with the neutral every single time.
That was a very quick second stock. Do you know if WebbJP tried to go for a jump somewhere or just decided to just try to keep tracking Smurfposter into the ground?
I didn't quite catch a jump, but he must have come out somewhere because you've already baited him to go away. I like the needles to slow down the pace of the game. Here in a last stock situation, it's very different. You get the pressure to ledge, bait out the air dodge, now they're down to rinse and repeat. You got to be careful because all of a sudden you are one hit away from that true Shoryu just ending things.
Yeah, True Shoryu probably is going to start killing in just about maybe at 80% off of a good hit, especially after the KO. So if you're Smurfposter, you're trying to look for it, but you also got to recognize those focus attacks aren't going to be working as well as, like you were saying earlier, those needles, those raindrop up tilts, not up tilts, up airs are going to be putting in a lot of work.
Yep, the dash shield there from Webb, just trying to close the space with Sheik's low traction and high ground speed to just create some defensive pressure. I like the wind box and the explosion just cover the space, force or Smurf in an awkward situation. This is huge though because find the aerial off platform, but to the corner, perfect DI from Webb. And if that was in center stage guard, that might have been it. But here instead, Webb has one more chance.
That was an insane conversion down here into the Shoryu, but just not able to, just surviving a little bit of time around. A good parry going to the down tilt, but a strong attack is not going to work out. WebbJP now having the advantage. Now under Ken. Ken forced to go to the ledge. Nice back air. Still not able to get a KO, even from center stage, but the bouncing fish covering for the Tatsumaki, and now taking it is going to be WebbJP.
That earlier too, you saw like he bouncing fish to ledge. It felt like there was a couple misinputs. Webb starting slowly off here a little bit. And you might say, oh, he's just fishing for adaptation, he's fishing for knowledge, but you don't want to do that in this game, number one, because, Gerd, if you do, you're down right back against the wall. This is still only best of 3 territory. Raw bouncing fish, not something you see often from him, but as you mentioned, Ken, very linear recovery, having to commit to that Tatsumaki Senpuken, the Tatsu, and Webb can just line it up.
Yeah, and you don't want to use Tatsu too low because otherwise you're not going to be able to recover in time. You want to use it at the higher height. So you could potentially mix up your recovery by going for a jump and air dodge into the stage. But WebbJP just recognizing that situation, going for the raw bouncing fish to catch the recovery at the very end of the Tatsu.
I'm definitely interested to see where we go and who we go with in game number 2. Webb having to lock in the Sheik first. And it's all going to be up to Smurfposter. What are we going to see for the counter pick? It's going to be the Ken. He's not going off. He's not swapping on over to the Kazuya. I think it makes sense in terms of a matchup, but the Kazuya can be just so explosive that Webb doesn't get to reset as many times. He has to kind of attempt to push his combos a little farther, just out of the fear factor that Kazuya can provide.
I still think that the Ken did a lot of damage. Like, it was really close to being able to get that KO with the down air into the Shoryu. It just was missing that one bit of percent that could have been able to see out of stock. But I think if you're able to get those true Shoryu setups, you're going to be leading this game a little bit more. Yeah,
or if that one just wasn't in the corner, it could have he could have held down. Instead, just Webb racking on the damage, trying to push you back to the platform, but just again not getting the cross up quite enough. And so instead of the back air he wanted, he gets caught with one of his own. Still is able to push the you to the corner, keep it going. But now it's going to be Ken's turn onto the platform. However, once again, that true Shoryu, Webb's DI is immaculate. He's going to live to see another day for the second, but down tilt into the kick is gonna do it at the end of the day.
I think it's so hilarious that true Shoryu is just not being able to get the KOs. Obviously, then it leads into the roundhouse kick, but the roundhouse kick being able to get the KOs is just another way to supplement your KO power in this game.
The Tatsu at ledge, while Smurf trying to find the pressure, gets the Tatsu early. What a recovery all the way under and all the way back with the Shoryu. Now the parries are online. Ken Masters is here to play, and Smurfposter locked in to try and ruin someone's day right now. He's up a stock, but you know he doesn't feel comfortable yet because Webb is going to find the footstool downer. He's going to look for the drag down. He's going to find any situation to get the pressure. And the call-out bouncing fish as well. The movement shadowing has been incredible from him.
And WebbJP was waiting for the Tatsu, not the focus attack, to use the double dash into the right towards the blast zone to potentially go for Shoryuken, waited it out, got the perfect time at the perfect moment.
Okay, the hit into the Shoryu once again, Gerd. Story of today has been Ken Shoryu might be a DP, but it's not finding that stock, those stocks just yet. These pivot tilts, the needles, not able to find the starter that you want as Webb. We are able to find the shield poke on the up air to try and keep it going. Once, twice, just let Smurf try to get out of disadvantage, try and push the buttons the way Ken needs to keep the advantage going, but off ledge into the Shoryu. What a creative reversal.
Especially getting it off of the up air, being able to get the Shoryu at that time is a perfect timing. You're at even percentage. You're taking a lot of extra credit. Setting up this KO right now. No, WebbJP just going to go for air dodge off the stage, trying to survive just a little bit longer, but you're already at 72%. We could be seeing a KO right here, but doesn't get the true Shoryu, just a regular one.
Yeah, and going with a special input there is a little surprising. I mean, maybe it's just he feels like Webb's DI has been so on point, you can't even. The reset into the up smash off the downer, looking like melee with that combo. Oh, finding it on the platform reset there off the down air up smash. Even still, it's going to be this one, but the SDI up perfect from Smurfposter to live another day. He's looking poised to force a game 3 right now. You can tell Webb's on the back foot. He's fishing for this stock. Looks for the edge guard, but getting pushed to the limit. Has to find the tech, has to back off. That creates just enough space that you can find the focus attack and the Chushoryu off the down tilt. Smurfposter with a 2 stock on the same stage as game number 2. If I'm WebbJP right now, Gerd, I am sweating.
Yeah, if you're Smurfposter, you're thinking, I pretty much got exactly what I wanted. You got a Shoryu kill at this corner. You were able to avoid all of the mini games on frame traps from WebbJP coming down. Watch out for those up airs constantly pressuring you. You have to always deal with the mix-up of the focus attack constantly pressuring you if you're going to be going for a needle or another multi-hit move or just 2 different consecutive hits.
Dude, I mean, listen, look, watch this. The movement mirroring, and you see Smurf recognizing the situation, right? It was the same as before. We've seen a lot of this where he's tried to be ambiguous with his cross-ups and positioning against Smurfposter because of the auto turnaround. But Smurfposter is willing to do the dash back at the last second to say, okay, I see you being ambiguous. I see you trying to make me guess your side cross-up, just like you might see from a player like Chips Enough in Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah.
Or a character like Chip in Strive, right? There's ambiguous side-to-side cross-ups. What Smurf does is he dashes back because in this platform fighter, you have a little more freedom of movement. You force the side commitment. That being said, enough looking at us. We're going to get right back into the main game because they're getting started right now.
Hollow Bastion's going to be the option. That's going to be on WebbJP's counter pick. So trying to go a little bit different here in terms of the stages.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, I think Sheik loves this stage, right? Her ability to find these juggles, the platform extensions is absolutely absurd. That being said, just last week in Smash Factor, we saw Andres FN put in work. Ken has some insane platform extensions of his own on this stage. It's going to be a question of, can Ken get set up under the platform? Can he control the play space? Can he DPU left, right, and center like we're seeing Smurf look for early? Or can Webb dislodge him, in which case Sheik really can have a field day with this stage as her playground.
Yeah, right now both players are taking a little bit of damage, but nothing's really been going one way or another for each player. Both players are just getting smaller hits, but nothing's really going in. Oh, could be getting a shield break. Chushoryu just pushing WebbJP off the platform just a little bit now, trying to push Ken off stage, setting up the needles, trying to find something, just waits out the focus attack, trying to get that back air, just misses it that time around.
I like that timing mix-up on the Shoryu. Even though you don't snap there, right, you're able to find a whole lot more. Plus, as that roll, and yes, you get caught by that side special, but even still, there's not too much more. Webb, though, going to find the pressure, push you to the corner, make you do it once again. And that's been the issue here for Smurfposter. He keeps getting locked in these situations off stage where he's forced to go for these early Tatsus, and at that point, it's just a matter of cleanup for Sheik.
That's an unfortunate attack not being able to get the KO with the roundhouse. WebbJP able to get the bouncing fish KO like we saw in game number 1 to close out that match. And let's see if Smurfposter can try to find a KO here. Roundhouse might be too stale. If you got a Chushoryu set up, it would be nice, but look at WebbJP constantly keeping Ken at this platform, not able to get back on and put on this damage output.
Yeah, man, and this stage has just been Smurfposter's enemy. He has not been able to get anything started. Webb with the coast-to-coast showing you the sauce right now, and Smurfposter having the air dodge early. These panic air dodges, I'll just say it, he still has resources to mix it up instead going the early air dodge. That plays into what Webb wants perfectly, because once you throw out the air dodge, there's nowhere to go but the blast zone.
Oh, look at these up air conversions are just starting to find their way, but we see the jabs. No good punish. Try to go pressure onto that shield. Shoryu in the opposite direction. That's not going to work out with the auto turnaround. WebbJP is starting to extend this lead, especially after this parry.
Oh, and now the parries are online, back and forth, but it's still Webb at the end of the day with every call out he needs. He might have missed that up air drag down, but he was still right all the same. The Shoryu's not going to be a true one, Gerd, and so even still 130, he's not able to survive. Ledge Trump, though, is going to close it out, and so at least Smurfposter's avoided the 3-stock, but where we saw him in return in dominant fashion last game, it feels like this one, he's lost in the woods.
Let's see what happens. We see the down throw into the up air, re-grab, going to go for the back air, just trying to get that extra damage, no trying to get another reset into the damage. Nice falling fair into the bouncing fish. We see a back air catching Smurfposter, trying to recover again with the Tatsu. That's 3 Tatsus and that's 3 KOs for WebbJP.
Yeah, once you get caught in that predictable horizontal lane, Gerd, there's just nowhere left to go. And we'll look at that last stock, and we'll look at the rest of the stocks here in just a second as soon as production gets these replays queued up and over. They do such a fantastic job. I mean, honestly, dude, the production here at MaxRes has been immaculate throughout the event. Like, the lighting, the stages, the cameras, everything has just been gorgeous.
yeah, this is my first time at BrookLAN, and I'm so impressed to see at all the different production techniques that's been going on. But let's talk about this match.
I was going to say, speaking of things that have been impressive, right? You get neutral air bouncing fish. Sure, it doesn't kill, but watch this here. You buffer the early Tatsu, and at that point, that's all. That's it, right? He gets put off stage. He jumps and focus attacks. Watch this here. He neutral airs back. He gets to ledge. He jumps off ledge. He still has a jump here, but he burns it off screen. If you saw that Tatsu was rising slightly, that means that the momentum was going up when he inputted it. He burned the jump super early, and at that point, again, no movement mix-ups, no horizontal recovery mix-ups, and bouncing fish is one of the best tools to control horizontal space off stage in the entire game.
And it's not too committal because you could definitely get back to the stage if possible. So even if you go for the bouncing fish, you're going to get back on, you're going to be able to keep putting on the pressure, and Smurfposter is going to be still having to deal with a lot of like different frame traps you're going to have to deal with Sheik. And WebbJP was also up 2-0 in 2 stocks. It was a 2-stock in game 3, so.
I was going to say 2-stock in game 3, and just like that set is over, Gerd. Unfortunately, I believe so too is our block. I've been Ritual, and you can find me on Twitter at RitualCasts. But before I hand it to Gerd, I've got to say, go to twitter.com and search Wavelength 2024. Go to startgg/wavelength-2024 and check out Wavelength, the newest regional from our region in New England. It's going to be a banger. They got Ultimate, Melee, Rivals 1 and 2, and not only Smash 4, because I know you New Yorkers love you some Smash 4.
Do?
They also have Brawl. Yeah, there's an alternating bi-weekly here.
Oh.
That being said, go check out Wavelength. It's going to be a banger for sure. But you know what else is going to be a banger? Gerd's tweets. Gerd, where can they find you?
They can find me at GerdG3RD_any. It looks a little funny, but that's how you say it. It's not G3rd. I just got to point that out right now. Obviously, the first time I'm in New York, so I'm very appreciative to the MaxRex TOs. You got 12G, you got BrookLAN doing amazing work, being able to be amazing hosts. So I'm very proud that I was able to make it out. I had a fun day yesterday, closing out doubles, closing out home run singles, which is honestly a better game mode than regular singles, and being able to have a block with you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think we have had now 3 blocks together. We've done Shine, we've done Mash Harder back in February in a TriCast, and now here it is always a pleasure. For those of you who don't know, Gerd's the one who hired me for my first ever monthly or regional as a TO, so I wouldn't be here today without this guy at all. I'm very thankful to know you.
And last week, you did Smash Factor, which was S+. Was it PT or S+?
And it's your fault?
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm sorry.
That being said, folks, I think that's going to be it from us. Don't go anywhere, though, because there's a lot more Max Res coming today. Have a good one.